Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. In today's video, we have some breaking news from the Home Office. They've just made a major U-turn on their controversial plan to increase the minimum salary requirement for British nationals who want to bring their foreign family members to the UK. It's been a hot topic of debate, with many people criticising the initial proposal. But guess what? The Home Office has listened to the feedback and decided to change their approach. The announcement came out of the blue, no big fancy announcement or anything. The Home Office has reversed its decision to increase the minimum salary requirement for British nationals who want to bring their foreign family members to the UK. Instead of raising the threshold to £38,700, it will now be raised to £29,000. This change comes after the initial plan received significant criticism. The revised proposal, which was unexpectedly announced in a parliamentary answer, states that the threshold will be increased gradually. Eventually, it will reach £38,700, but no specific timeline for this increase was provided. Opposition parties criticised the policy change for its lack of detail and abrupt implementation, expressing concerns about the absence of consultation. The Labour Party specifically characterised the policy as being in a state of chaos. The salary of £29,000 is higher than the average UK working salary and significantly higher than the previous minimum of £18,600. However, there has been public backlash over the £38,700 threshold, which was announced as part of a broader effort to tighten immigration laws. If the threshold for the income requirement is set at £18,600, approximately 75% of individuals would be able to afford to have their family members join them. However, if the threshold is increased to £38,700, only around 40% of people would meet the requirement. In the northeast of England, the percentage drops even further, with only 25% of individuals being able to afford it. The original change in visas was anticipated to have a minimal impact on the total number of legal migration. It was projected to contribute approximately 10,000 visas towards the planned reduction of 300,000 in annual migration. However, this change would have significant consequences for families, as many expressed concerns about being separated from their loved ones. Reunite Families, a campaign group supporting individuals impacted by immigration rules, has directed lawyers to investigate potential avenues for challenging the changes. These changes have been characterized by some as punitive measures for individuals who have formed relationships. The group expressed their disappointment and frustration with the government's decision to release these details just 4 days before Christmas, despite the fact that they were initially announced almost 3 weeks ago. The current requirement of £29,000 for sponsoring a foreign spouse is considered high for many families, which means that more than half of the population is unable to meet this financial threshold. Additionally, the minimum wage falls significantly below this requirement, resulting in individuals with lower salaries being unable to bring their families to the country. This situation can make them feel unwelcome in the UK. The decision to raise the MER incrementally is perplexing, as it adds further complexity to an already complicated process. The Conservative peer and junior Home Office Minister Andrew Sharp has announced a revised policy regarding the minimum income requirement. The new policy will involve incremental increases to provide predictability. This information was shared in a written parliamentary answer. The increase to £29,000, which is set to begin next spring, will be the 25th percentile of earnings for jobs that qualify for skilled worker visas. The salary would increase to the 40th percentile, which is currently £34,500. It would then rise to the 50th percentile, which is now £38,700. This is the new minimum threshold for a skilled worker visa. The response did not provide any specific information regarding the timeline for salary increases beyond £29,000. When asked about the timing of this event, Home Office officials referred to a statement and fact sheet, which unfortunately did not provide a specific date or timeframe. It seems that James Cleverly's ambiguous statement is a strategic move to address the anger surrounding the issue without alienating Conservative MPs on the right, as he is trying to avoid completely abandoning the new threshold. The Home Secretary issued a statement where he discussed the implementation and timing of the measures, but did not address the partial reversal of the decision. He emphasized that the updated plan would still result in a decrease of 300,000 in annual net migration. He further stated that he has consistently expressed his belief that the current levels of migration to the UK are excessively high. The British people are expressing their frustration and desire for action. According to a Home Office fact sheet, individuals who already possess a family visa and wish to renew it will only be required to meet the existing income requirement, rather than the recently raised threshold. The same applies to children who want to join or relocate with their parents. Yvette Cooper, the Shadow Home Secretary, expressed her view that the statement is indicative of the Conservative government's lack of control over immigration and the economy. Under their leadership, net migration has tripled and the issue of skills shortages has worsened. However, there is still no comprehensive plan in place to connect the immigration system with training or workforce planning. The lack of consultation and consideration for the impact of steep spousal visa changes on families next year led to the failure of their new proposals. As a result, they are now hastily retracting their decisions. Alistair Carmichael, the Liberal Democrats' Home Affairs spokesperson, expressed concerns about the leadership and management of the Home Office. The consensus among others was that increasing the earnings threshold was not feasible. This idea was proposed as a means to appease the hardliners within their own party, but it was not fully developed or thoroughly considered. It is suggested that James Cleverly should stop digging and put down the spade. Decisions of this nature are best made through collaboration between experts and politicians. The shift to a £38,700 salary requirement was implemented as part of a broader effort to address concerns raised by Conservative MPs. In November, data revealed that net inward migration had reached 745,000 in the year leading up to December 2022. This increase was partly driven by a significant influx of overseas professionals coming to work in the NHS and care homes. Cleverly's plan proposes an increase in the minimum salary for a skilled worker visa to £38,700. Additionally, the plan aims to eliminate the rule that allows hiring in demand professions at 20% below the going rate. The proposal received praise from several Tory MPs, but experts cautioned that it could potentially lead to more challenges in the already strained healthcare sector and have negative effects on the UK's long-term growth prospects. We have come to the end of today's video. Please make sure you subscribe to our channel and turn on the notification bell icon to always be notified when we publish new updates on UK visas and immigration.